Good morning everybody, welcome to Life on Board Amy Joe. And it's a grey morning, but we're on the move again. So where are we headed for today, Chris?
Well, I think we're heading to Worsley today because I want to try out the oldie there and get some shopping.
Yeah, and Chris will be going on her own because if I go in there I spend money.
Yes, he does. He likes all the goodies and the specials.
That's it. We've also, that's where we're going to be stopping. We're going to have some work done on the boat on our return, but we'll tell you about that on the return trip. So for now, enjoy the journey and welcome aboard with us on this cruise for today. Francis Egerton was the Duke of Bridgewater and John Gilbert was his estate manager, and the pair of them, together with James Brindley, are the founders of the first ever canal, the Bridgewater Canal, from Worsley to Manchester. Following our blogs, I did explain about stop planks and how they're used to block off the canal for maintenance. Well, here is the modern day equivalent. It's not a lock, because it's way too short for boats. This is called a stop block, and it's purely there to block off the canal for maintenance. One of the Bridgewater Canal Company's working boats. Looks like they've been doing some deforesting, getting rid of some rubbish. And Smudge has just seen a little doggy on the towpath. Hi guys! And this couple on the towpath over there live in Worsley. Good morning! Good morning! And they very kindly let us top up with water yesterday. Ahead in the distance, Bridgewater Marina. This is where we're going to stop for diesel if we can get in, and of course Smudge in his usual spot. Pulled up on the fueling arm, and to say it's a snug fit is an understatement. The bow is sitting between two wide beam what looks like holiday boats or trip boats, and the stern under the bow of a wide beam that's moored at the end of the jetty. If we'd have been a 70-foot boat we wouldn't have got in, so 67 foot just goes in, and it started raining. Well, the joys of cruising. We've just set off, we've stopped at the Bridgewater Marina for some diesel, and the heavens have opened up, so we're not going to get much filming done at the moment. I'm actually filming this underneath the brolly, so but to be fair, it's pretty straight canal, so you're not going to miss much along this stretch. Well, the wind has finally eased, the rain, sorry, has finally eased off. We're still cruising now. We're about 2 miles from Lee, and the canal's pretty nondescript along this stretch. It's nice nonetheless, but pretty barren apart from some buildings and the odd bits and pieces. It's quite pleasant. Another one of these stop locks for blocking off the canal. When the gates are shut they can then drain the canal down, just like they do on CNRT canals. And these are a bit more substantial by the look of it, but then being a wide canal, probably has a lot more water to hold back. homes on this little place. Your head carries the A572 from Newton across the canal, but it's quite a significant bridge, this one, because it marks the end of the Bridgewater where we're on now, and through the bridge is the Leeds-Liverpool Canal, or Lee branch, and we're going to try and stop here, and Chris wants to go shopping, but this is the end of the Bridgewater as far as we're concerned for now, and we're just going on to the Leeds-Liverpool. The end of the Bridgewater and the start of the Leeds-Liverpool Lee branch, and we've just pulled in because just behind those trees is an Audi superstore, so Chris is going to go and get some shopping. It's a shame the pub's shut, but there you go.
I could just see Smudge and Steve on the back deck waiting for me to come back. I've just been to Aldi.
All the time we've been moored up, the sun's shining. Now we've up pins and started on our way. It's raining again. But we did have a chat with a very nice lady from this boat, Firecrest. They are bloggers on the internet as well, so we had a nice chat with her, and we'll probably see them later. We're coming through Lee, and what we're looking for now is where Nick Banforth is based, because that's where we're going to stop to have the work done on Amy Jo, and it's got to be along here somewhere, because I know it's a dry dock involved, so we'll see if we can find him in a minute. Looks like Mum and Dad are being kept quite busy with this little lot. We're now coming through the town of Bedford, and collieries of Worsley give way to cotton mills of Bedford. Some of them still remain here, and are still in use to this day, but for different purpose. Many of them were so well built that they've now outserved their purpose, and some are redundant, but others, like this one, are being put to good use. And synonymous with the industrial age, the chimney still exists as a landmark and pointer as you come along the canal. So its use, as you can see, is now derelict. The kilns and the fires long gone. Like I said before, the mill still exists. This one looks like it's been converted into apartments. It's looking quite nice. You can just imagine coming through here and hearing the clatter of the looms and the wool threshers. Must have been quite a noisy place in its day, and employed thousands. Sadly all gone. But hey ho, at least somebody now has got a nice swanky hotel to live in, apartment rather, to live in. Well, that's it for today. We're moored up. We're now at Pennington Flash, so Liverpool side of Lee, in a very nice spot where hopefully, if the rain stops later, we can take the dog for a walk. But for now, there's our mooring for tonight. See you tomorrow, folks. Sleep tight. Good morning, everybody, and we're underway again, continuing our journey towards Liverpool. And the plan today is we've got Plank Lane Lift Bridge coming up very shortly, down through Wigan, out the other side, and stop at somebody called Appley Bridge, I think it's called, and we'll be stopping there for the night. So if you've got your drinks ready, make yourself comfortable and join us for today's cruise. So we've just joined the queue at Plank Lane Bridge, and Chris is on her way up to find out what the hold up is. There are 4 boats ahead of us in the queue there, but nobody seems to be opening the bridge, so I've just sent Chris on. She's going to find out for us.
Waiting to go, 3rd one, and 4th one, and then we'll stop, fill up with water, and then we'll go through. And then there's Steve coming along, and we'll stop for water.
The others have now moved on, and Chris is just waiting for the traffic now, and she'll open the bridge. And up the bridge goes, all electrified. All Chris has to do is press a button. Morning. Bridge is now up, safe for me to proceed, and Chris is at the control panel there, the electronics all done in the pedestal just in front of her. Push the button for up, push the button for down. Job done. And now safely through the bridge, we can lower the bridge back again, much to the annoyance of the locals. Bit of a queue building up there at the moment, but there you go. Not allowed to use the bridge between 8 o'clock in the morning and 9:30. It's currently 10:30, so we're well within our rights to use the bridge. Oops. When we came through here 3 years ago, we passed this pub, the Dover Inn, or Dover Lock Inn, and we moored up on the moorings just outside the pub, and we joined them for their quiz night, and we won the quiz, and then they did bingo, and guess who won the bingo? I guess we weren't too popular with the locals, but it was a good evening nonetheless. Spent the night moored up on these moorings. Quite good here, despite the shuttering underneath the concrete there. It's a nice quiet mooring. And the reason the pub's called the Dover Lock Inn is because we're just going through what used to be Dover Lock, or the remains of it. Because over the years the coal mines that were dug have started subsiding, it's actually affected all the water levels on the canal, and as such this lock now is no longer needed and has been removed. But you can still see signs of where the lock gates used to sit, just here, and the bearings for the locks gates themselves, long gone now. Just had a look at the updated forecast on the Met Office, and we're up to about 80 to 90% chance of rain. And even as we're cruising in a very light drizzle. Typical weather for us. Get moving, it rains. Stop, the sun comes out. The sun's trying to come out now, but it's not doing a very good job of it. So we'll keep going, see how we get on. I've got the brolly ready if I need it, any road. Just approaching what they call a crossover bridge. The towpath is currently on our right hand side, but once we go through the bridge is designed in such a way that the horse-drawn boats didn't have to unhitch the horse to get through. This one's slightly different to some of the crossover bridges because it's not curved, but the horses can pass over the bridge and come down the other side still attached to the boat. Just travelling alongside one of the larger flashes known as Scotsman's Flash. As you can see, it's big enough to have a sailing club on it, and as I've mentioned before, the flashes are caused through subsidence of the mines down below. Now I believe these were caused by a huge explosion in one of the mines. In fact, it killed 75 miners, and the resulting collapse caused this flash. Arrived at the first of the Wigan locks. Two of the four boats that were ahead of us are waiting to go up. It's a double lock, so hopefully they'll go through and then it'll be our turn. It's the first of our Wigan locks. This is Polstock lock number 2. Boat coming in, and then when he's come out we can go. So in the first lock, Chris is just going to start opening the paddles and filling the lock. Fingers crossed it won't be too turbulent, but we'll see. That's just one paddle open and the other cracked, so it should fill quite quickly. Second of the two Polstock locks. The two boats in front of us are currently in the lock, but there is one on the outside of the lock waiting to come down. Happy days. We'll see.
Just come out of lock number 2. Steve's poodling along, and we're going round the corner to lock number 1. Dog tugging me.
The second lock, and the gentleman in grey just walking away there has helped us through the lock and has very kindly offered to take our rubbish bag because he knows there's a bin just down the towpath. So if you're watching this, sir, thank you ever so much. And we're making the turn now. To the right goes down to Manchester. We're going left to Liverpool. Hopefully, as the boat comes round. She comes. So Manchester that way, and Liverpool this way. Two more locks to get through. And then we can start making our way to Appleby Bridge. Waiting to go down lock 86, the heavens have opened up. It's raining. These two boats in front are just about to go in the lock, and then we can go in after them. Now in our third lock of the day, lock 86. Don't think it has a name, it's just lock 86. In towards the centre of Wigan. One more lock to go, and then we're lock 3.
Funny weather, isn't it, really?
Another
today?
tight turn. It's at this point I made the mistake last time and turned down that way, thinking that was the way that we had to go, and ended up with a traffic cone round the prop. And this place used to be a pub. Sadly, no longer. Whenever we tell anybody that we're going through Wigan, first thing they say is, "Oh, get a photograph of Wigan Pier." Well, this is it. Wigan Pier. It used to be a rail terminus for coal wagons emptying into the trucks, into the waiting boats. But that's all that's left. Just that. Well, that's the turn and Wigan town centre left behind. We're now on our way out of town. 2 more locks I think we've got to do, but the weather's closing in, so I'm going to call it a day on the video in for now. Well, the time now is 10 to 4. We've moored up. The heavens have opened up. It's that horrible fine drizzly rain, and we have got absolutely soaked. Absolutely everything is dripping wet. Even the pram hood has got a soaking. Absolutely dripping wet. That's it for today. Just Liverpool side of lock 89. I think it's Crooke is where we're near. It's quite idyllic. We're out in the middle of nowhere, but seriously, that's it for today.